Hello everyone, and welcome to this tutorial on how to do ultramarine blue. My name is Søren Kepler, I'm Danish. I'm also a caps painter on Instagram, so give me a follow. I'm gonna use surface primer, ultramarine blue, night blue, Calgar blue, and dead white. Here I am applying the black surface primer into the airbrush, a little thinner, little water, that's all I use, and then applying it meticulously in thin layers, never have it be runny or anything. On top of that, it's time for the ultramarine blue base layer covering the entire model. Just again be meticulous and careful, doing the shield, working a bit fast right now. Everything is double timed because this is all really basic stuff. And the last layer is the night blue, and I'm applying the night blue on top of the ultramarine blue because night blue is a very thin color and I want it to be really dark and really rich in its color, so that's the reason why I'm applying it over the ultramarine blue and not the black. I want it to be as vibrant as possible. Now we are down to real tempo and the fun stuff begins. The first highlight is a 50-50 mix of ultramarine and night blue. And from now on it's all about finding the right angles on the model. The style that I like on these Warhammer 40k models is what's called modulation, which is basically that you want the lightest tone to match up against the darkest tone. I think that looks really striking and it really pops on the battlefield basically. But there are many choices you can make in terms of what style you want to paint with. I just really like the modulation style instead of highlighting the center, which some people do, or highlighting all the edges and stuff. So here you can see I'm going for the top of the shoulder. I'm painting an old Terminator model that I'm going to use for my second edition army that I'm working on right now, which is a fun project. I've been in the hobby since first edition, so I have quite a collection that I have yet to paint. So it's really fun to paint these old models. Difficult because they're not as sharp as some of the newer ones, but the style of the models and the sculpting, etc., is just, in my opinion, superior. That's my personal opinion. So, and the second arm for the storm shield gets the same treatment. I'm highlighting the 50-50 mix on top, at the top of the model. Quite basic in a sense, and quick to do. Time for the second highlight of ultramarine blue that I've thinned down with water to avoid any grains and speckles. And you can see me working the different angles that I want to highlight. I want to build the modulation on the edges and just make it pop. third highlight, Calgar Blue. Again, I'm gonna thin the paint a bit with water and just basically apply it at the top of the highlight. Make it as small as area as I can and try to blend it with the ultramarine blue below it. On to the first low light, for the lack of the better word, because essentially what I'm gonna do here is go back and reinforce the night blue. That's a really good idea to do because you're always gonna get a bit of overspray from all the highlights. So to really go back again with a very thin color and reinforce those shadows, it's just gonna really bump the contrast and make it vibrant. So I do that on all my models, basically. Time for the edge highlights with Dead White and Calgar Blue, 80 to 20%-ish. I'm using this parchment paper because I have it set up on a wet palette next to my paint station, but it's out of view. I'm just going to show it right now. And I really like edge highlighting because it really sharpens the model and finishes it in a very nice way, I think. It makes it pop and really boosts all the contrast, and obviously the lighting is unrealistic, but who cares, as long as it looks good. That's really all that I'm hoping to achieve. And it's done. You can see Calgar blue on top, you can see the ultramarine blue, the 50-50 mix, and the night blue on the bottom. And everything has been rounded off with a nice edge highlight. That's a 80-20 mix of dead white and Calgar blue. That's the recipe. Obviously, the model is not done. I've not varnished it, and I've not done any pin washes also. But as you can see on the Rhino, that has been varnished and pin washed, and I'm working on my 2nd edition army. As you can see, the Dreadnought is done also. So give me a follow at KeptPainter on Instagram. Thank you, see you next time.